Hi guys, Andreas on Mainliner with another video. Last time I said that I had some more albums to show and I didn't go through it because I didn't want to make a 40-minute video. And who watches that? I mean, maybe somebody. But I think that the vast majority of people would not enjoy that. So here I am, and I want to show you some stuff that I bought recently, as in the last month. First of all, I'll start with a new batch of stuff, which I am very excited about, and excuse me, and I'm very happy to get. Now, I saw this on Amazon, and I was like, "What? This is getting reissued! Oh my God, I need to get it!" Now this is Boris, Japanese psychedelic band. I don't know whether they require an introduction. They've been around for a while. This is the 2004, I want to say, 3. Okay, there you go. Originally released on a Japanese label, then it got picked up by Sun's label. Forgetting the name right now. And original copies are expensive-ish. Well, expensive basically. And I have the CD of this. I bought it when it came out. I have been aware of this album for a while. I toyed around with the idea of buying, an original. I couldn't. I just wanted to get other things. And if something is good, it usually gets reissued. There are cases, there are things that are good that don't get reissued, but I think in this day and age, right now, if it's good, we'll see a reissue. I mean, yesterday I was looking at Jazzman. Jazzman is the label that is issuing all these spiritual jazz compilations and other things as well. And they are issuing Spiritual Jazz Volume 1, which is, the foundation, if you like. And if you go to Discogs, original copies go for like £60 onwards, upwards. So, yeah, that is getting a reissue because it's good. And, they know that they can sell. And this is a case. Now, it starts off with introduction, which is 9 minutes, 44 seconds of. It's still sealed because I hadn't had the chance to open it, but I'm very familiar with the music. But after that, man, it's banging. It's banging. And Boris is a kind of band that sort of are a bit of a hit and miss with me. So, for example, let me find my. By the way, I have CDs down here. It's a coffee table, and it has this bit there has put CDs here, and I know for a fact that I have CDs. I have this CD, for example, which again, this is something that I bought when it came out. This is 2006, 7, what? 2005. I bought it while I was here in the UK, and I didn't buy the album because I didn't have anywhere to play it. Although having said that, I did buy the album in 2005, the Drone Evil one, and I just sent it back home. Well, I took it with me back in Greece, basically. So it's back in Greece, although I did buy it here. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's banging. And I was listening, and Pink was reissued like, I don't know, 3-4 years ago or something like that. And I was like, let me just revisit that because I don't remember it as fondly as this one. This is just my kind of thing, really. And I found that a little bit. I got that feeling that it was being pushed a little bit over the top to be over the top, whereas this is over the top, but it doesn't feel like it's sort of forced to be over the top. Pink feels like that. I think I have Feedbacker, maybe it's back in Greece, I'm not entirely sure. And Feedbacker is nice as well, but it's not as good as this. And I think that Boris, the quality of the Boris releases sort of you know faded out, and like they're not as good. But if you want to get something really good, uh, I think it's this one basically. Yeah. Anyway, that's Boris. I've seen them live. Really good live performance, by the way. Yeah, worth checking out. A couple of albums that I had on my want list. Thank God we have Bureau B, and they are issuing stuff. Oh, hang on, I have something else, which is here. Might as well show these as well. Go for that. Oh, yeah, I forgot this one. Last time. Let's forget about Bureau B. Let's go back to this one, because I will forget. This is an album that you will find with a different cover online, and it's the most boring cover I think that they could come up with. Basically, it's like let's put something on the cover, and they put this. Online you will see that it's the back of a car, which is not exciting, but it looks a little bit better. This is like, first of all, it's like, what the hell is this? What the fuck is this? Anyway, this is the Blackout. This is a post-punk band from the mid-80s, early 80s, mid-80s, and this is, I think, a compilation of their their singles, and this is really, really good. If you're into that post-punk, new wave kind of sound, but they're American, so they have like a little bit more, sort of punk to them than, new wave kind of thing, kind of sound, then you definitely need to check this out. This is a really good sort of Spotify discovery. Very happy to find that. Sadly, this cover, I mean, what the hell? I mean, this is horrible. The colors are horrible. It's just not enticing. You see it in in the rack. You like flip through this and you see this. You would never be intrigued to like pick it up. Happily, I knew the music and it was really good. And do check them out. Blackout's History in the Reverse. It's on Spotify, so it's easy, and YouTube and all that kind of stuff. Something that I had on my my radar for a long time, but I never got around to buy it when it came out, and I found a used copy in great condition, and from somebody that is pretty much like me, I guess, and it's yeah, it's Topaz. What's the Rags? Topaz Rags. Capricorn Born Again. It is out on the Not Fun label, which I would say that they were very much in vogue when it came to freak folk and experimental music around 6-7 years ago, and one of the releases was this one. This is a freak folk psychedelic album. It feels very much DIY-ish. It's like lo-fi. It's very sort of drony, draggy, kind of meditative. I really, really liked it, but I had it on my, my basket at some point somewhere online, and then it got sold out, and then other things came up, and sort of, but I always had it in my mind. So when I saw a copy, and I got it for like £6 or whatever, because it's not like anything that it's sought after or whatever, but the music is really good. It's a really good album. So yeah, if you're into Sex Organs of Admittance or things like that, then you should check this one out. On that same trip to the used store, I found something that I wouldn't necessarily be a big fan of. A few years back, like, I don't know, 5, 6 years ago, I don't think that I would be very much into it. This is space art, um, sort of fusion-y kind of thing. It has a definite fusion. It's not jazz, but I don't know how to describe it really. Yeah, this is an original French press, which I got very cheap, and it's in a very good condition as well. Um, yeah, but it's basically, it has a lot of fusion elements, so it has those like keyboards that do like, those funny sounds, which annoy the hell out of me. But it's not as prevalent here, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to best describe this one. It's yeah. Black Editions. Black Editions is a label that bought the Japanese label PSF, um, uh, and they are reissuing them slowly but surely. They've done like the Tokyo Underground ones. Tokyo Underground, is that what it's called? Sorry guys, it's early in the morning. I'm like a little bit. I'm booting up. It's still booting up. It's like it's the brain is not entirely there yet. But yeah, it's they had reissues from Fushishucha, which I'm still expecting. This is the one that I'm really looking for. However, they did put out this one, which is High Rise, and this is PSF. This is the Psychedelic Speed Freaks album. This is their first album, and yeah, it's look, I'm a huge fan of High Rise. I really like High Rise. I think I've shown this before. I come to think about it, I think I've shown this. So anyway, High Rise, PSF. This is good. What I would like it to be is to be a little bit fuzzier and a lot more lo-fi, so that I don't understand what the hell they're talking about. Because yeah, if check out High Rise 2, check out High Rise Live, which is one of the best albums ever, in my opinion. It has just madness, total rock and roll, man. It's just an amazing album, and highly recommended. I think I've shown these ones. This one, I'm pretty sure that I have. That's the thing, is that I've shown stuff here and there, and I don't keep like track. So forgive me if I show something again. It's fine. Who pays attention? Anyway, Bureau B. Thank God for Bureau B, because you can get nice reissues on a good price, and nice pressings, clean ones. You don't have to look, around in like France or whatever. Although these ones, I think that they're not very expensive. Now this is East West by Richard Pinhas, who is famous for what's wrong with me this morning? Anyway, you probably know him already. You know what I'm talking about. This is an album that I've read a review of because it was reissued in 2000, in the 90s. And the reason why I remember it is because the person that was doing the review was very enthusiastic about it, and he was like using a very flowery sort of language, and the Zen thing of whatever, blah blah blah, and and it was I don't know. I mean, however, music touches you. I guess that you write something about it. And then I read in a magazine, because 90s magazines and all that. And then next month, in the letter section, there was a guy that was saying, "You know what? I bought this album and it was shit." It was so funny. Anyway, I think that both of them were wrong. I wouldn't. I don't know. Maybe it was just his way of doing the review. It's a really good album, by the way. It's a really good album. But and the other guy was wrong because it's definitely not shit, but it's not like the most amazing thing in the world or whatever. It's a really good Richard Pinhas album. It has a really good sort of structure. There are some of them that are a little bit they can veer off. I think not his whole catalog is excuse me, not his whole catalog is worth picking up, I guess. But this is one that is good. And Burabee has reissued the other ones as well. Interestingly enough, this is not hugely expensive to find used originals, especially in France. They're quite cheap, I think. But for whatever reason, it's like you don't know. First of all, a lot of them are rated VG plus, and VG plus is the worst rating ever because it means nothing. It could mean that the record is perfect, but the anal retentive seller puts it as VG plus just in case that the anal retentive buyer finds a slight ding on the edge of the corner, and then therefore it's VG plus. Or it might be VG plus and it's it's like, why are you saying very good? This is shit. This is like, I can see this is like used badly. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, this rating is just crap. I mean, anyway, doesn't matter. It's very subjective. The other one that I bought is Rolf Trostel, Berlinschule Elektronische Musik. This is from 1982, and this is Two Faces. Have I shown the other one that I got, Rolf Trostel? Anyway, these were issued like, I don't know, 3 years ago, and all of them are really good. They're not like, top tier krautrock, electronic, yada yada yada, whatever. And these are not like super expensive to find, I think, used, especially if you're in Germany. It's like pointless to buy their issue. But potentially, I don't know. But these are good electronic albums, and they are from a time of German electronic music that there was a little bit more direction, if you know what I mean. So you do get like the old cluster, for example, ones, and they sort of veer off, and they're like, they don't know exactly what they're doing, and they're just, let's play around and see what happens, kind of thing. But this is well after Kraftwerk, for example, so there's a lot more structure to them, and they do have that analog synth kind of feeling and sound, basically, and it works, and it's really good. It's not a 10, it's not a 9, I would say anywhere between 6 and a 7, and you know what? It's good. It's good. It's good. Right. So, 18 minutes. All right. So, 2 more. These are sort of recent discoveries, and for the life of me, I cannot remember how I ended up finding them. No, I do know how I ended up finding them. So, I was trolling in the internets, and I was looking at some stuff, and then I got some recommendation. Oh, you like this, so therefore you might like that. And usually when I do that, and it's like, oh, let me check it out, and I came across this album. This is a band called Neil, and it's same title, Neil. And this is a French prog psychedelic band. You might come across their song on the second side called Neil, which is the same title song. And this is a reissue from the Golden Pavilion Records. This is gatefold. I will not take it out of the It's not a shrink. It's like, you know, a thing with a flap and all that. And they play, as I said, progressive psychedelic rock. They're from France, so they do have a little bit of, you know, they're a bit more idiosyncratic than, you know, British or US equivalents, I guess. But this is a really good album. Again, it's not a 10. I wouldn't say a 10. And, you know, I would not say that this is a 10, but it's a really good progressive psychedelic album. It has some bangers, like Neo, for example. It's just amazing. It's like, fantastic song. The reissue is really good. You can still find it around. And, yeah, Golden Pavilion have done some really good reissues. And while I was at their site, because where I discovered, you know, the music for this, I couldn't buy it. So that was a problem for me, because I was like, oh, you know what, I want it. I want it now. Now, I want this album, I love it. And I went to the Golden Pavilion site where it was available. But it's always, when I want to order something online, it's like, I don't want to order one thing, because, you know, shipping costs, like, you know, you combine them, you make a bit of a saving, and usually, you know, I have a list of things that I usually want to buy anyway, so a lot of the times the sellers that I use will have like a couple of things that I'm interested in, and, you know, I'm just taking things out of the want list, which is ever growing, and, you know, it's like a treadmill anyway. Doesn't matter. That's why we do it. That's why we like it. You know, that's why we collect records and we listen to music and all that. And there, I found a record that I think I've seen somewhere before, but I didn't pay attention potentially or whatever. And it's this one, Siglo Cero. The title of the album is, what is it? Latino America. You see this and you're like, whoa, what the hell is this? It's like Latino America? Well, it's like dad's music from the 60s, from the 50s or whatever, you know, it's like you know, it has a peace sign. It's like, I'm confused. I'm very confused. And it is confusing. Yeah, if you see this, it's like, nah. So, who are these guys? These guys are, let me check, because I will say a country, and usually when I say a country, I am incorrect. But I will say, before checking, I haven't checked yet, I will say they are from Peru. Alright? Okay? Yes, I'm wrong. Alright, okay. So they are Colombian. There you go. There you go. I'm laughing with my own stupidity, right? Yeah. So this is a reissue. This is from the 1970s. This is Colombian, and it's fantastic. This is, Neo might be like, you know, a 7 or something. I would give this one an 8. An 8. This is a jam, which I love jams. I love music that feels organic, and, you know, just people in one room that they just go ahead and play, and, you know, something comes out and it's just amazing. And this is the kind of thing that this is. This is 2 sides, one song per side. It's like one jam per side. It has all these instruments, like you know, not horns, saxes, like they have that deep sound. It's not like a sax. It's like trombone or whatever. It's like, you know, very heavy kind of thing, and organ, and it's just a banging jam, banging psychedelic jam. It's really good psychedelic music, and man, this is a fucking trip. This is a really good album. Do check them out. Highly recommended. Yeah, It's one of those ones that, you know, and it's available. It's out there. Obviously, you know, you need to have a knack for psychedelic music. You need to have a knack for the kind of psychedelic music that I like, because you might be like, oh yeah, well, you know, I like psychedelic music, but I prefer it when it's like, you know, with progressive elements, or like, you know, I prefer yes, whatever. Yeah, it might not be for you, but if you like jam music, what kind of jamming music can I think of? I don't know, nothing springs to mind right now. But if you like that kind of description that I gave you, and you can obviously check it out on YouTube because it is available to see there. I don't think to watch and listen to. I don't think it's available on Spotify, but yeah, they're really good. This is one of the best best things I bought, I think, recently. And anyway, that is the end of the video. It's 25 minutes. I wanted to do a 20-minute video, but there you go. Apparently I had some more things to say. Of I don't know. Doesn't matter. Anyway, as per usual, like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, leave a comment down below, I will respond, and subscribe to this channel for more content, more exciting music. Hit the bell icon so that you get notifications. Never, you know, miss out on an opportunity to see myself talk about albums and music, and saying, you know, a band is from X when they're from Y. And that's it. See you around.